Good afternoon and welcome to quarterfinal matchup between the 16U Gales and the Junior Sun Devils Elite. The rematch from yesterday. Gorman coming away with a 2-1 win, going 3-0 overall through round robin play. Gorman donning the white jerseys this afternoon, with the Sun Devils in maroon. All right, getting ready to kick off the first period. Game starting a little late. Quarterfinal matchup between Rose City Pats and the Cherry Creek Bruins ran a little late. Cherry Creek 7th seed defeating the 2nd seed Rose City Pats. I remember that matchup from the NAPHL trip out to Detroit. Gorman came away with a win there. Cherry Creek advances to the semifinals. Gorman starting out. Ravegna, Jennings, Parsons, Rubino, and Martin. Like Saxton in net. And we'll get this one going. 15 minutes on the board. Jennings in for the faceoff. There it is. Gorman wins the first one. Nervegna brings it around, makes the zone. Walks it up front, shot, short side, pad save. At the feet of Jennings, picks it up, feeds it back down to Rubino along the wall. Devils can't get the clear. Shot by Rubino, bobs through. Parsons there to pick it up behind the net. Reverses back, picked up by the Sun Devils. And they're going to make their way through the neutral zone, dump it in, and they're going to go for a change. Nervegna, stretch pass. Sorry, Rubino, the stretch pass to hit Nervegna out of sync. And that'll be an icing. It's going to come back to the Gorman zone. Folks, Bullwinkle, Wowden, Larison, and Baldy in now for Gorman. Folks in for the faceoff. Going to get waved off. Bullwinkle goes in for the puck drop. Loose at the feet. Bullwinkle picks it up in the corner, chips it around the boards, out to the near side. Kept in play by the Sun Devils. Reverse check to the head. In the slot, shot, glove save, Saxton. And Gorman going to throw out some fresh bodies. New forward crew, Hodson, Tritton, Creel. Hodson in for the faceoff. Sun Devils win it. Cycle it back down low. Loose out front. Shot save. Saxton. Fed back down to the point. Kept in play. Shot goes wide. Out to the near wall. Creel comes in. Chips it across. Baldy in for support. And puck clears the zone. Creel and Tritton on the forecheck. Hodson comes in, couldn't keep it in play. Hook checked up by Larison. 1-1 the other way with Baldy. Baldy pushes him off the puck. Loose out front, picked up by Creel. Feeds it across, couldn't connect with Tritton. And the Sun Devils are going to regroup in their zone. Try walking it up, tied up by Tritton. Hodson wires it back the other way. No icing. Posner in that defense. Davis and Clea in that forward. Martin's going to regroup. Out to Posner. Posner chips it up, trying to hit Davis. Has Davis in motion. He's got Clea. Feeds it through. Davis brings it back the other way. Sun Devils pick it up. Kept in play by Posner. Shot off the legs and clears the zone. Martin sends it out to Davis. Davis sends it in outside the crease. And it's going to get covered for a stoppage of play. Face-off coming up in the double zone. Jennings, Rubino, Martin, Parsons, and Nervegna. Puck comes back behind the goal line. Sun Devils couldn't get a pass off. Regroup. Chip it out and clear. No icing. Martin down low to get there first for Gorman. Chips it off the boards to Rubino. Rubino off the glass. Gets the clear. Sun Devils misconnection. Regrouping in the neutral zone. Send it around the near boards. Rubino comes in. Couldn't catch that one. Jennings comes in. He has it. Jennings dumps it in. Stretch pass out. No icing on that one either. Martin lone man with two guys. Saxton gets tied up behind the net. Sends it around the opposite way. Kept in play by the Sun Devils. Shot. Goal. And the Sun Devils took an early lead. .11:32 remaining in the first. Sun Devils up by 1. Bullwinkle in for the faceoff, throws it down without him being set up. Ref not too happy with the conversation. And it's going to be offsides. Face-off coming up in the neutral zone. Folks in for the puck drop. Sun Devils win it back, send it around off the arm of Baldy. Baldy fighting for position. Sun Devils come in, pick it up. Folks poke checks it out in the corner. Picked up by the Sun Devils, feeds it to the blue line, kept in play. Bullwinkle with a hit. Sun Devils shot goes wide. Comes out to the far side. Rowden with a hit. Folks with a hit as well. Larson sends around the boards, unable to clear. Bullwinkle there deep. Sun Devils send it back down low in the corner. Larson comes in. Chipped by Bullwinkle. Puck doesn't clear. Baldy sends it across. That gets picked up in the neutral zone. Back to Baldy. Larson's got a man on him. Walks it around him. Feeds it through. Out of reach of Bullwinkle. And that'll be an icing on Gorman. .20 remaining in the first. Hodson in for the faceoff. Creel, Tritton, Rubino, and Posner. And that's going to be a penalty. Rubino's going to go to the box. Call. Cross-checking is the call. Gorman going to be man down for 2 minutes. Creel, Loudon, Posner, and Martin. Sun Devils win the faceoff. High slot, couldn't get the shot off. Angled around, covered by Saxton. Scorekeeper listening off the penalty. Face off in the Gorman zone. Sun Devils win that one. Try to get it back to the point. Cleared out by Creel. Sun Devils walk it up. Posner gets a stick in there. Pass out to the far wall. Near wall. Picked up by Hodson. Net guard loose on the ice. Shot. Glove save. Saxton. And Gorman changing up lines here. All four. Kalea, Davis, Baldy, and Martin. Davis in for the faceoff. About 1:21 remaining. Sun Devils win that one. Back to the blue line. Shot off the body. Davis chips it up and out. Sun Devils send it in. Saxton there to stop it behind net. Martin's got a little bit of time. Chips it off the glass. Has Davis in motion. Sun Devils regroup back to the neutral zone. Pass out to the blue line. They make it. Kalea ties him up. Sends it back and clears. Sun Devils going to wire back the other way. Down low again. Saxton behind net. Martin sends it off the glass. Kept in play. Shot. Loose out front. Goal. And the Sun Devils taken 2-goal lead midway through the first. back to 5-on-5. Puck comes out in favor of Larison. Larison chips it up out to Nervegna, sends it in. Jennings on the forecheck. Sun Devils pick it up, send it around the boards. Larison gets a stick in there. Nervegna comes back, pass fed through to Parsons, picked up by the Sun Devils. Both teams working down along the blue line. Picked up by Nervegna, lost control, and Sun Devils wire it down. We're going to go for a partial change. Jennings picks it up at the goal line, drops it back to Posner. Pass out to Jennings. Jennings chips it off to Parsons. Parsons gets tied up, trying to hit Jennings. Pass fed through. Sun Devils pick it up in their own zone. Pass clears. No icing on this one. Gorman was there at the blue line. Gorman gets the clear out of their zone, picked up by the Sun Devils in the neutral zone. And they send it around. Larison picks it up at the goal line. Pass out to Martin. Martin shovels it out. Hits Wowden. 2-on-1 the other way. Wowden can get there. Couldn't get a pass off cleanly. It's tied up back behind the goal line. In comes Folks to support. Reverses the other way. Got Volwinkle in the slot. Wowden fishes it through. No one there. And Sun Devils break through the zone. Wowden gets a stick in there in the defensive zone, and the Sun Devils send it around just under the stick of Saxton. Sun Devils get there first. Pass through the slot, chipped away by Gorman. Kept in play by the Sun Devils. Wowden working along the wall. Folks supporting. Puck comes out to Volwinkle. Walks it in, sends it in the opposite corner. Creel comes in for Gorman on the change. Pass back to the point, crashing Baldy. Miscommunication there. Creel comes in, brushes him off the puck. Folks brings it back the other way. At his feet, he's got Volwinkle with him. Picked up by the Sun Devils just outside the net. Chipped off the boards, unable to clear. Bowser comes in at the blue line, off the skate, out to Creel. Creel working along the wall. Puck comes out the other side. Sun Devils pinned in their zone. Tritton comes in, couldn't close that one off in time. Tritton lobs it down low, picked up by the Sun Devils. Kept in play by Rubino. Rubino walks it up, shot, looking for the left corner, just wide. Out to Posner. Posner, another shot, loose out front, and covered. Little fun after the play. Fresh legs, Kalea, Davis, Scroggum, Rubino, and Posner face off in the Devils zone. Davison for the puck drop. Sun Devils win it, send it around the board along the near side. Kept in play by Rubino. Shot off the leg of a Sun Devil. Sent around the boards. Rubino and Davis going in for a hit. Same guy. Tied up along the board. Scroggum comes in to support. Scroggum keeps it in. It clears the zone, and it's up and in the bench. Fresh decor. Gorman, Larison, and Martin. And that's going to be a penalty on the Sun Devils. Saxton heads to the bench. Shot loose. Davis got hit in the head with the stick right in front of the ref. High sticking is going to be the call. Number something 5, 1-5, 15. Gorman goes on the power play. Jennings, Nervegna, Parsons, Martin, and Rubino. Pinned down in the corner. Comes out to Jennings. Jennings chips it around. Feeds it through to Nervegna. Nervegna keeps it in possession. Feeds it out to Parsons. Parsons got a man on him. Parsons sends it back to the point. Martin. Parsons. Nervegna shot off the glove, just wide. Jennings brings it down along the near wall. Back down low to Nervegna. Back up to Jennings. Jennings passes through. Chips by Parsons, just wide. 1:20 remaining in the power play. Cycled back down low. Nervegna ties him up, gets position. Nervegna's got a man on him, feeds out to Jennings. Jennings is going to walk it up. Lost control, comes out. Parsons at the point. Jennings trying to feed it through the slot. Off a body, still in play. Sun Devils going to pick it up and going to walk it through. Rubino picks that one up. Second power play unit hits the ice. Puck out to Martin. Lowinkle at the point, cycles back. Shot, Rubino kept it in play. Rubino walks it up. Out to Folks. Folks trying to hit Martin, clears the zone. About 28 seconds left. Folks wires it in, and Gorman goes on the forecheck. Lowinkle leading the charge, keeps it in play. Cycles it back down, trying to hit Tritton. Baldy chips it through, loose out front, off the shin of Lowinkle, still in play. Lobbed up and over, that's going to be an icing. With about 4 seconds left. And Gorman going to send out a new crew to close this one out. Few shots on goal. Davis, Scroggum, Kalea, Larison, and Baldy. Davison for the faceoff. Scroggum battling for position. Sun Devils win that one, bring it out, chipped across, picked up by Larison. Pass comes out along the far wall. And that will be another icing on the Sun Devils. Going to come on back. Davison for the faceoff. Goes out in favor of the Sun Devils. Send it around. Looks like we have a penalty. They're going to say Davis. Not sure what happened. Davis in the box. Not sure what for. Something happened during the face-off. Looks like the sticks got tied up. Stick may have gone high. Creel and Wowden, Hodson and Posner. Still didn't hear the penalty. Puck comes out in favor of Posner. Posner sends it around the boards, cleared through, waved off, no icing. Sun Devils bring it through along the near side. Send it in. Wowden with a hit. Hodson chips it across. Still in play. Back out to the point. Along the far wall. And send it through the crease. No one home. A little over a minute left. Posner wires it out. Waved off. No icing, fresh bodies for Gorman. Jennings and Kalea. Rubino and Hodson. Poke check by Jennings, still in play. Bring it through. Out to the point. Back down along the near wall. Shot, save. 35 seconds left on the penalty per the scoreboard. Jennings in for the face-off. Sun Devils win that face-off. Bring it high slot. Send it back down along the far wall. Pass broken up off the skate of Rubino. Rubino on the press. Has it along the walls. Chips it off the boards. That will be waved off. No icing. Good call for Gorman. Martin with a hit. Devils make it in the zone. Send it through the crease. Picked up by Jennings. Forced out wide. And Gorman back to 5-on-5. And that's going to be an icing. .40 seconds left in the first period. Gorman trailing 2-0. Sun Devils win that one back to their point. Couldn't hold on to it. Larison out to Baldy. Baldy sends it across. Picked up by Larison. Larison's got a little room. Larison with a shorthanded goal yesterday. Baldy lobs it across. Bouncing. Tipped by Volwinkle. Cleared. Loudon cycles through. Couldn't get the pass off. 5 seconds left. Huge hit by Volwinkle. Back behind the goal line. That'll wrap it up for the first. Gorman trailing 2-0. Heading into the second. Larison, Jennings, Baldy, Parsons, and Nervegna. Starting out the second period. Sun Devils win it, send it through the neutral zone, gets picked up by Gorman. Baldy chips it off the board. Sun Devils reverse it the other way. Get it down in the Gorman zone. Larison sends it around the boards out to Nervegna. Under his stick. Shot lobbed up in the air and glove save. Saxton. Face-off coming up in the Gorman zone. Goes out to the far wall. Vegna working for position on there. With Parsons comes out. The Sun Devils walk it up. Tied up, shot, save. Saxton. Vegna sends it across to Jennings. Jennings got a man on him. Out to Parsons along the near wall. He's going to send it down low. Under the stick of the goalie. Comes out, bobbling. Out to Baldy. Baldy sends it along to the near wall. Under the legs of Nervegna. Couldn't feel it. Waved off, no icing. Baldy on the back check. Picks it up at the goal line. Stretch pass tipped twice. Picked up by Parsons. Jennings comes in. Couldn't hold on to it. Comes out to Parsons. Shot. Loose out front. Follow-up shot. Comes up, tries wrapping it around, couldn't get it off, and Sun Devils are going to bring it back the other way. Foot race. Players get tied up. Parsons back checks, picks it up. Huge hit by Gorman, open ice. And the puck makes its way through to the blue line. Over on the Sun Devil side, Gorman getting a change in. Stretch pass out on the blue line by himself. Shot up and over. Stoppage of play. Some miscommunication on the Gorman side. Folks. Wowden. Bullwinkle, Rubino, and Bosner. Puck comes out to Wowden along the near wall. Feeds it through. No icing on that one either. Wowden. Sorry, folks. Fields it out front. Wowden shot. Follow-up shot. Deflected wide. Rubino keeps it in play. Nope. Sun Devils pick it up. Bring it back the other way. 2-on-1. Back-checking Folks. Gets a stick in there, and they're going to call that offsides. Scorekeeper a little slow with the clock. 12:48 is what the board reads. Second period. Folks in for the face-off. Comes out in favor of Gorman. Posner chips it up to Wowden. Wowden takes a hit. Folks couldn't keep that in the zone. Posner battles right outside the blue line. Out to Folks. Folks walks it in. Bullwinkle posted out front. Sends it back down low. Volkel comes into the corner, chips it out to Posner at the blue line. Shot, tipped. Creel crashing in, couldn't get a shot off. Deflected off some feet outside the crease. Pass out to the blue line, out to Rubino. Rubino shot, pad save. Sun Devils pick it up in the corner. In comes Hodson. Shot, Hodson. Stick goes flying for the Sun Devils. Hodson dangles around, brings it into the near corner. Sun Devils pick it across. Get the clear. Rubino's got a man on him. That was a slash. No call. Loose. Still loose. Martin has it. Shot. Loose. Comes out wide, back behind the goal line. Fed through the crease. In comes Rubino. Shot. Goes wide. Back out to Rubino. Shot. Deflected. Goes wide into the corner. Sun Devils going to try to just clear this one. They do. Rubino on the back check. Chips it across. Martin gonna head to the box. Refs calling a tight game. Gorman. Shot loose out front, picked up by Gorman. Gorman clears. Still couldn't hear the penalty as she read it off. Creel in for the face-off. Loudon, Larison, and Posner in for the PK. Comes out, sent back across to the far wall, no one there. Sent back down low, Larison there, gets a body on a shot through the crease. Back out to the far wall, near wall. Far wall, couldn't field the pass cleanly. Larison comes in, ties it up. Devils send it back down low. 2 players in motion. 1:14 remaining. Shot loose out front. Sun Devils. And that's going to be a cross check by the Sun Devils. And we're going to play a little 4-on-4. Number 12 heading to the box. All right, scoreboard has 1:05 left in the first penalty. Fresh 2 minutes on for the Sun Devil penalty. 4-on-4, going to be Baldy, Larison, Parsons, and Jennings. Jennings in for the face-off. Jennings shot, pad save, glove save, blocker save. I'll get it right eventually. Puck sent back down low. Parsons takes a hit. Jennings comes in, forces a pass along the near side. Chipped up, cleared. Waved off. They do not believe in icing in here. Bouncing puck kept in play by the Sun Devils. Cross-ice pass, shot, glove save. .26 seconds left on the first penalty. Looks like the second penalty never started. Correct that in a little bit. 1:18 left on the Sun Devils penalty. Puck pinned down low in the Gorman zone. Sent around the boards. Glove down, picked up by Volwinkle. Out to Baldy, to Folks. Rubino wires it in. Folks and Volwinkle on the forecheck. Folks down there deep. Gorman back to 5. In comes Tritton. Rubino brings it back. Baldy shot off a body, still in play. At the feet of Volwinkle, chips it back to Baldy. Off a body goes wide. Tritton down low. Picked up by Volwinkle. 30 seconds left on the Gorman power play. Shot. Rubino on the far wall out to Baldy. Baldy feeds it to Volwinkle. Shot. Center mass. 19 seconds left. Gorman still on the power play. 19 seconds remaining. Sun Devils win the faceoff, bring it back behind their goal line. Lob it up and out. Icing. Plus 1 second. Nine seconds remaining. Fresh legs for Gorman, Baldy, Larison, Kalea, Davis, and Scroggum. Pass that out, and that's going to be another icing. 1 second left. Larson staying deep. Davis kicks it over to Kalea. Kalea trying to get a shot off. Back to 5-on-5. Got too deep. Off the skate of Davis. Still in play. Sun Devils try to get a shot off the legs of Baldy. Scroggum chips it across. Kalea on the forecheck. Picked up by the Sun Devils. Sent across. Bouncing puck. And that's going to be covered by Saxton. Five on five. Hodson in for the faceoff. Comes out to Martin. Martin sends it around the boards to Tritton. Tritton couldn't get a full stick on it. Waved off. No icing. Creel in deep. Goes in for a hit. Off skate. Loose out front. Creel keeps it in play. Sun Devils pick it up. Bring it across. Hodson regrouped with defense. Posner and Martin trying to hit Hodson off the skate. Through the neutral zone. Hodson chips it off the glass. Still in play. Sauce pass out to mid-ice. Martin takes a hit as it sends around the boards. Kept in play by Posner. Pass out to Tritton off a stick. Goes up in the air. Couldn't get a shot off. Martin keeps it in play in the zone. Dumps it in. Trying to keep Sun Devils pinned in their zone. 6:40 remaining in the second period. Gorman trailing 2-0. Vegna comes in for support. Jennings posted up high. Martin and Rubino on defense. Refs are going to let this one play out. Clock dwindling. Vegna comes away with it. Out to Rubino, short side shot off a glove. Puck comes out along the far side, picked up by Martin. Lone man's got 2 men on him. Chipped across. Sun Devils pick it up. Foot race the other direction. No icing. Turned over. Loose out front. Shot. Goal. Gorman now trailing by 3. 5:47 left in the second period. Folks in for the face-off. Wins it back to the blue line. Baldy walks it up, makes his line. And he's going to take a penalty. Captain's trying to talk, and they're not going to listen. Baldy takes a hit after the penalty. Creel, Loudon, Hodson, and Posner in for the PK unit. Shot up and over. Shot blocked by Posner. Follow-up shot, save. Davison, Kalea coming in for your forward crew. Larison and Martin on D. Davison for the face-off, wins it back into the corner. Davis gets a stick in there, sent back out, cleared. And the Sun Devils bring it back through the zone. Shot loose out front, picked up by Gorman. Martin's got some time. Puck comes off a stick. Davis comes in, gives a huge hit. .49. Let's see how we're doing this. Not sure what was called. Waiting for a Sun Devil to head to the box. Sorry, number 19 to the box. Trip Davis after the hit. And we're going to play some more 4-on-4 hockey. 49 seconds left. And the Gorman penalty. Fresh 2 for the tripping call on the Sun Devils. Nervegna, Parsons, Larison, and Martin. One back to Larison. Larison trying to feed it up. Picked up by the Sun Devils. One-on-one the other direction. Shot. Goal. And that'll put the Sun Devils up 4-0. Still playing 4-on-4. 36 seconds left. Puck comes out, sent back behind the goal line. Rubino working along the corner. Folks in there to support. Voinkel up high. Rubino out to Folks, couldn't connect. Gonna get picked up by the Sun Devils. Folks picks that one off, and we're gonna regroup in our zone. Out to Rubino. Rubino looking for an option, dumps it back to Voinkel, picked up by the Sun Devils. And Baldy comes out. 1:07 of power play coming up. Puck leaves the zone. Foster will regroup back in his own zone. Out to Rubino. And cleared. Out to Rubino, center ice. Rubino wires it in. Gorman on the forecheck. Tritton and Folks working in the corner. Folks comes away with it. Rubino at the blue line. Sends back down low, had a man on him. Picked up by Vollwinkle. Shot. Goes wide. Comes out to Folks. Chips it off the boards. Back to Martin at the blue line. He's got a man on him. At the Folks. Out to Martin. High slot. Shot. Off a body. Loose. Shot cleared. And we are back to 5-on-5. There's a man deep. Out of reach. And that will be an icing. Davis, Scroggum, Kalea Baldy and Larison. Davison for the face-off, picked up by the Sun Devils, send it around the far side. Kept in play by Larison. Scroggum along the far wall, sends it across to Calais. Shot off the stick, goes up and over. Scroggum takes a hit. Comes out to Davis. Shot off the blocker. Cleared off the stick of Baldy. No icing on that one. And it's a foot race back the other direction. Saxton comes out, leaves it for Larison. Davis comes in to pick that one up, back behind the goal line. Trying to hit Calais, he does. Out of reach. And cycle back the other way. Davis with a hit along the boards. Picked up by Baldy. Baldy's got room. Shot through the crease. There's an open spot there. Baldy comes in, gives a hit, and that will be waved off. No icing. Davis gives a monster hit down in the corner. Puck cleared. Clay on the forecheck. Davis makes his own. They're going to say that was offsides. As Clay was coming back. Jennings in for the face-off. Comes out to Posner. Posner tries walking it in. Puck comes out to the far wall. Navegna on the forecheck, gets a stick in there. Couldn't break that one up. Parsons feeds it to Jennings. Jennings lobs it in, goes on the forecheck. 35 seconds left in the second. Puck comes out, kept in play by Martin. Martin shot off a helmet, still in play. Navegna battling through, takes a hit along the boards, needs support. Parson comes in, got Jennings out front, gets tied up. Sun Devils pick that one up. Breakout pass the other way, gets picked up by Martin. Martin walks it through, loose out front, still in play. Posner comes up, shot, loose, and that'll wrap up the second period. Kobe P in net. Changing things up heading into the third. Fresh 15 on the board. Sun Devils win that face-off, send it down low. Rubino sends it around the near wall to Nervegna. Chips it across out to Jennings. Jennings couldn't get a good handle on that one. Larson acting as a forward, sends it back down in. Puck comes out along the near wall. Larson walks it up, takes a hit. Out to Jennings, shot. Follow-up shot off a body. Parsons feeds it out to Rubino. Rubino's got a man on him. Sends it out to Larson, to Jennings. Jennings, shot, goal. Nervegna with a feed from Jennings. And Gorman gets one on the board early in the third. Bullwinkle, Loudon, Folks, Martin, and Baldy. Puck comes out, Loudon chips it in. Folks gets to work with Bullwinkle. Bullwinkle takes a hit back behind the goal line. Sent around the boards by Loudon. Loose out front, Bullwinkle sends it through the crease. Couldn't get a stick in there. Puck comes out to Baldy. Couldn't keep that one in play. Sun Devils bring it through. Shot, save, Kobe P. Hodson, Creel, Tritton, Martin, and Baldy. Puck comes out. Favor of the Sun Devils. Creel gets in there though. Couldn't clear. Baldy picks it up, chips it across out to Tritton, chips it in play. It's got Creel right out front. Couldn't connect there. Picked up by Baldy. Baldy's working to make sure, and unfortunately that'll be an offsides. Waiting for the back check. 13:27 remaining in the third period. Gorman trailing by 3. Goal earlier in the third period by Nervegna. Comes out in favor of Gorman. Baldy wires it in. Off the glove, loose out front, and covered. Face-off coming up in the Devil zone. Kept in play by Gorman. Martin walks it along the far wall, chips it down low. Creel feeds it across out to Baldy. Baldy couldn't get a shot off, ran out of room, sends it back around the boards. Creel with a hit, and that's going to be a penalty. See how they're going to call this one. Folks, Wowden, Posner, and Hodson in for the penalty kill for Gorman. Puck comes out to the Sun Devil side. Wowden there, pins him. Folks comes in and gets the clear. And there's going to be another penalty now, this time on the Sun Devils. Hit in the back, number 11. So we'll have some extended 4-on-4 hockey here. Folks, Loudon, Larison, and Posner. Puck comes out to Sun Devil side, sent around the near corner. So they'll just bring it through, comes out to Larison, chips it up the other way. Bouncing through center ice. Back out to Folks, wires it in. Goalie couldn't field that one behind the goal line. Gorman with both forwards in the corner. Sun Devils come away with it along the near corner. Chip it off, waved off. No icing. And that'll be another penalty. Kobe P heads to the box. Extra attacker gets on. And they're going to call that one dead. Gorman going to be 4-on-3 as the game picks up. Number 12 will go in for his second. All right. Losing real estate on the screen with the penalties. Still 4-on-4. 54 seconds left on the Gorman penalty per the scoreboard. Puck comes out, kept in play by Martin. 4-on-3, sorry. So Devils are going to pick that one up. They got a man in motion. Kept in play by Rubino. 3-on-2, down low. Out to Nervegna. Feeds it across, off the skate. Couldn't clear. And back check the other direction. Rubino picks that one up. Sun Devils get a forward change. Rubino walks it. Up in the corner. Out to the blue line. Jennings couldn't keep that one in play. 19 seconds. Rubino tied up. Rubino walks it up, shot off the body, loose out front, picked up by Jennings. Sends out to Martin. Martin shot, didn't have a good angle on it. Kept in play. Creel out to the box. 5-on-3. Folks comes in, hit from behind. And we're going to throw yet another Sun Devil in the box. Number 20. And we will continue losing real estate. Penalties getting called finally. Third of the way through the third period. It's going to be 5-on-3. 4 seconds left on the first Sun Devil penalty. And won't be able to leave until stoppage. Yep, player will have to stay in the box even after it's cleared. Refs giving some clarifications down to the penalty box. I believe I can read lips here. The ref said can't come out until stoppage. Gorman bench looking for clarification of how this is going to work out. Do the math. Double check your work. And I'm sure we'll get it wrong. Face off in the double zone. Jennings. Nope, sorry. Tritton, Bullwinkle, Folks, Larison, and Baldy. Puck drop. First penalty cleared. Man stays in the box. Shot Baldy off the leg. Kept in play by Larison. Sun Devils get the clear. Folks comes in to support. Drops it back to Volwinkle. Walks it up to the face-off dot. Try to buy some room. Larison, Volwinkle couldn't field that one cleanly. Battling down in the corner. Comes out along the other side. Baldy working back behind the goal line. Out to Volwinkle. And Sun Devils get possession, bring it back. Bouncing puck, save by Kobe P. And we are now 5-on-4. Minute 3 remaining. Larison fishes up to Folks. Walks it in. At his feet. Sends it back down low to Parsons. Out to Folks, cycling through, up to the point. Larison runs out of room, back to Folks. Folks walks it, high slot, down low. Loose. Goalie's helmet comes off, stoppage of play. .34 seconds left on the power play for Gorman. Martin, Nervegna, Jennings, Parsons, and Rubino. Jennings into the face-off. Martin has it, shot up and into the netting. 9:14 on the clock. Ours is a little off. And we have 27. They have 29 on the scoreboard. Comes out. Jennings keeps possession, feeds it back to the blue line. Martin to Nervegna. Jennings has back in the corner. Out to Martin. Rubino at the faceoff dot. Down to Nervegna. Player lost the stick. It's like Nervegna, and we are 5-on-4. Sorry, 5-on-5 now. And breakaway opportunity. Rubino ties it up. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey after an extended duration there. Drop back to Parsons. Parsons dangles through. Shot. Chip loose out front. And puck in the net. Ref blowing it off. Face-off coming up in the Sun Devils zone. Davis, Kalea, Scroggum, Larison, and Baldy. 8:25 remaining. Try to catch this one up here. Sun Devils win it back into their zone. Chip it off the boards. Picked up by Baldy. Cross-check in the back. That'll be another penalty. Kobe P heading to the bench. Extra attacker comes on the ice. Sun Devils don't pick that one up. Looks like maybe even another penalty. Number 23 is going to head to the box. Gorman's going to go on the power play. 2 minutes on the board. 8:09 remaining in the third. Gorman needing to bring 3 goals in to tie this one up. Puck comes out along the far wall, near wall, so kept in play. Correction, Sun Devils bring it back the other way. 2-on-2. Lob it in, picked up by Jennings. Dropped back to Rubino. Loose out front, picked up by the Sun Devils. Nope, Martin battling through the slot, takes a hit. Puck comes out. Parsons, deep man. Vegna couldn't field that one cleanly, and it comes back out through the neutral zone. 1:14 remaining in the power play. Vegna gets tied up. Puck comes out to Jennings along the blue line. Parsons crashing. Sends it through. Parsons couldn't get there in time. Bouncing puck out to Martin. Feeds it out to the far wall. Rubino. Jennings. Jennings walks it up. Picked up by Martin. Back out to Jennings along the near wall. Off a skate. Sends it back to the point. No one home. And Martin's going to regroup. Martin sends it across. Chipped in by Parsons. Sun Devils going to pick that one up with the hash marks. Larison skates it up, drops it back to Parsons. Parsons got room. Shot. The blocker still in play. Larison takes a hit along the wall. Goalie goal. Feeds it to Larison's got no room. And opportunity the other way. 5-on-5. 2-on-1 opportunity. Lost control. Third man in. Shot. Save. Kobe P. Sends it wide. Out to Folks. Tritton staying deep in the zone. Bullwinkle lobs it in. Bouncing puck. Fielded by the goalie with 5:49 remaining. Davis, Scroggum, Kalea in for the draw in the offensive zone. Larison and Baldy in at the blue line. Sun Devils pick that one up along the near wall. Lob it, glove down by Baldy. Sends it in. Davis on the forecheck. Hit along the boards. Scroggum battling along the wall. Comes out to Kalea. Kalea. He's got a man on him. Leaves it for Davis. Davis took a Scroggum shot. Save. And that'll be an icing. Davison for the face-off. Sun Devils waved off. Davis wins it back to the blue line to feed a Baldy. Baldy chips it up. Comes back the other way, cleared through. Back checking Larison. Shot, save. Sorry, folks. Davis comes in, ties up the stick. Bouncing puck through, waved off, no icing. Center on the boards, tied up, kept in play. Shot, short side, save. Face off back in the Sun Devils zone. 4:50 remaining on the clock. Hodson into the face-off. Sun Devils win that one. Chip it across. Kept in play by Rubino. Feeds it back up. Tritton there. Creel comes in with a monster hit. Rubino feeds it through. Creel takes a hit in the corner. Back out to Tritton. Tritton sends it back down low out to Rubino. Rubino sends it to Hodson. Shot. Short side. Loose out front. Couldn't get picked up. Rubino trying to get a shot off. And Sun Devils poke check it out the other way. No icing on this one. Tritton sends it up the boards, couldn't clear. .403 remaining. Pass chipped through the neutral zone, picked up by the Sun Devils. Creel gets a stick in there to keep it in play. Poke check deeper by Hodson. He's on the forecheck. Sun Devils send it around the other side. Hodson throws the man into the corner. Sun Devils get the clear. Rubino dangles through, picks it up. Shot off the pad, up and in the netting. Puck comes down along the near wall. Jennings in with Nervegna and Parsons. Nervegna takes a hit back behind the goal. Picked up by Parsons. Parsons feeds the blue line out to Baldy. Baldy shot off a body, goes wide, comes out along the near side. Larison pinches up, dodges a hit. Out to Nervegna, shot off a body. Sun Devils trying to clear underneath Larison. They get the clear. Jennings out to Parsons. And they're going to stop him here. Going to call roughing on the Sun Devils. Call slashing on one, and we're going to stay 5-5. Baldy heading to the box. Offsetting penalties. Puck comes out. Shot through the crease. Shot coming from Martin. Larison sends it around the board. Still 5-on-5. Folks back to the blue line. Martin. Shot tipped off a body. Stays in play with Folks. Larison feeds it to Folks. Folks takes a hit along the wall. Loudon buys him off the puck. Comes around the far side. Kick back in. Martin gets a stick in there, comes out the other way, and back checking Loudon gets a stick in there. Shot saved by Kobe P. Martin feeds Folks, and Kobe P heads to the box. 1:58, and we're going to have another penalty. They're going to throw two of them. Bowling Cole sent off the ice. Words exchanged. Looks like we're going to stay 5-on-5. Scroggum, Kalea, Davis, Martin, and Rubino in with 1:57 left in the third period. Down to the Sun Devils corner, bouncing puck, kicked back in by Martin. Chipped up. Scroggum walks it in, chips it down low. Kalea comes into battle. Davis in the corner. Davis sends it across. Sun Devils unable to clear. Rubino, empty net, and not sure what we're doing here. Looks like Davis being sent off. Davis sent off to hang out with Volwinkle. And that'd be five on four to close this one out. And another penalty. Refs losing control of the game real quick. Not sure how many penalties we have of each for each team. I'm feeling a coach might be missing the next game for the Sun Devils. Kobe P heads to the bench. Sun Devils pick it up, bring it back the other way, off the stick of Rubino. And another penalty. And another penalty. I have a feeling this one's square on the reffing when it gets this bad. The 1:01 remaining. And we're gonna, I think, close this one out. Let's see here. All right, refs having an extended conversation. .101 technically remaining in the game. And not sure what we're doing. They're going to send some players to the locker room for the Sun Devils. Closing this one out. Looks like we're going to be 4-on-4. Jennings, Rubino, Martin, and Parsons. Picked up by Martin off the faceoff. He's going to walk it down. Fed through the zone, shot. Parsons just wide off the pad. Out to Jennings. Larson comes into support. Shot. Loose out front. Parsons comes in. Rubino along the wall, keeps it in play, feeds it back down low. 30 seconds remaining, and we have a stoppage of play. And they're going to run this one off. That'll wrap it up for the weekend. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.